Hello everyone, I'm Mark from 1HMPS, and today we're going to be doing a different sort of video. It's what I call Commodore UK versus US. Right, this game's Street Fighter. This came out in 1987, and it's a prequel obviously to Street Fighter 2. Now, I didn't think this game was as good as the second one, and if it wasn't for the second one, I don't think anyone would really care about this one, to be totally honest. It's quite a good game. It's just, there's a problem with how it controls, really. I mean, the special moves don't come out at all. Because originally on the arcade, it had two big buttons that you actually hit, one for punch and one for kick. And depending on how hard you hit it, it done one of the three strengths. And I think Capcom got rid of it because the machines were breaking down constantly, and people were hurting themselves with it. So they replaced it with the six buttons, like as people are used to with Street Fighter 2. But when they replaced it on this, the controls just doesn't seem to work 100% properly. I mean, fireballs come out when they want, pretty much. I mean, it's not a bad game. It's still quite a playable game, but I don't think it's anywhere near as good as Street Fighter 2 is, or ever has been. To be totally honest with you. Anyway, I'm gonna have a few thoughts on this. See, look, I've done the Hurricane kick now. This is the Japanese version I'm running of this, by the way, on my aim, because on the UK or US one, it's got, well, the things he says are stupid when he does the fireballs and the hurricane kicks, whereas the Japanese one is the same as Street Fighter 2. You know, he says Hadouken and, you know, same as it's on Street Fighter 2. There's a fireball. Oh, that's that one beat. I'm only going to show you till just after the bonus stage, and then I'll move on to the first version of it on the Commodore 64. Now, I got the idea for these sort of videos from Andy, because I was speaking to him recently. I mean, I've been trying to edit the new podcast myself, and I think Tony's been doing it as well. I don't know how Tony's getting on, but I've made a complete mess of it so far. I mean, I don't know whether people know, I'm going totally off the subject of this video, but how difficult and how much work goes into editing each podcast, so there's a lot to it, really. And I spent hours the other day, and to be fair, my one sounds shit still, but I'm not going to give up. I'm going to definitely get one of them up to standard. Hopefully Tony would have sorted it out as well, but we'll have to see. It'll definitely be on anyway. Yeah, there's a Dragon Punch. On this though, if you hit them with a special move, you can take like half their energy down. So you can do a fireball and then hit them once and you beat them pretty much. So that's why you see me, you know, keep trying to do special moves on this. Because I'm not brilliant at Street Fighter 1. So I weren't a huge fan of it when it first came out, but it was alright. I know it's important, because without this, obviously, there wouldn't be Street Fighter 2. Yeah, here's a bonus stage. You just I'll mess that up for a start. Now, if you player 2, you can, but this is player 1, so it's Ryu, or Ryu, depending on how you pronounce it. Right, and that was Japan, and then you go to the US, and you pretty much do the same as Street Fighter 2. Except not as good. Now, it'll be no surprise to people that know about the 8-bit computers, but you know what company converted Street Fighter 2, don't you? Well, enough said about that, about you'll see in a minute. And Street Fighter 1. I don't know why Capcom gave them licenses to do any of the games, honestly, don't. They're obviously more bothered about making money than quality of the stuff. Or maybe they made more money out of the arcades by getting US God to ruin the conversions. I think that's probably what happened as it goes. Probably done that to try and be clever. And then the guy I'll fight after him, I'm not sure whether I cut the video off then or at the start. He's called Mike, which is Balrog, because he's in Street Fighter 1. But they changed the name from Mike, as it is in this, to Balrog because it would have been M. Bison, Mike Bison. It sounded too much like Mike Tyson, and they thought in America Mike Tyson will sue them, so they changed the names. I think everyone knows that story anyway. my initials in. And this is what I don't understand, yeah. What the hell has a dynamite sort of bomb thing got to do with Street Fighter? I just don't get it. I mean, I can understand the timer in Street Fighter 2, but what's this got to do with anything? It just doesn't make sense. And it explodes as well if you don't continue. Can someone explain that to me? Anyway, here's my great US golden tier text. It's a recipe for disaster already. Bloody hell. Whoa. Alright, I'll try and do this a different way. What can I say that's good about this version? Well, let's be fair, the music's quite good on it. I think that's about it really, and the sprites are big, not very well drawn, blocky as hell. But that's not really the problem with it. The problem is, it's got no special moves anymore, yeah? And I'll make this really easy this round, which it's not. Well, it's not even enjoyably playable. As you see, look, perfect. Yeah. I'm not even going to play this, beat this guy anyway. I'll tell you that now, because this game's just complete crap. You got about 3 moves. You can jump kick, punch, duck kick, that's about it. Pretty much. No special moves, nothing. Look. That's all the moves pretty much. And that one where he spins backwards and forwards doing the kick. Wow. That's a great fighting game, ain't it? OK Plus and that's got nothing to worry about with this being competition for it. That's for sure. But yeah, as I said, the music is pretty good. I think that's one thing that the UK version is better than the US one. Anyway, I can't bear to play this crap anymore. If you think it looks rubbish watching it, you want to actually try playing it, it's just as bad. I don't know why they even wasted their time converting this, because it was obviously going to be shit. Tier techs were really bad at converting games, and US gold. Well, they shouldn't have released it. Anyway, it is the American version, because if you bought the UK one for the Commodore 64, on the other side of the tape it had the US one, which I think, to be fair, is pretty good. I mean, it's missing a few things. It hasn't got the bonus rounds, but who cares? They're crap anyway. And, well, I'm not sure whether this was multi-load or not. I don't think it was, or it loaded really quick. Right then, you'll see the graphics aren't as big, but it does actually control a hell of a lot better. You can even do the special moves on this one. I mean, they come out totally random, but they do on the arcade pretty much. It's a shame, really. The company that done this didn't do a conversion of Street Fighter 2, because they could have probably scaled it down like this and made it a hell of a lot better than what US Gold's rubbish effort was. I mean, it's obvious the Commodore 64 couldn't handle a game like that, really. So I think it's one of the last games that was on it. Yeah, there's a Dragon Punch. I mean, this is a quite good conversion, considering. I'd say this is probably the best 8-bit version. I mean, I know the Amstrad one looks alright, but it's really slow. The Spectrum one looks pretty good. I'm not sure whether that's faster or not. I played the demo and thought it was alright at the time, but that was like 20 odd years ago, so I mean, it might be crap now for all I know. I can remember it. I thought it was alright at the time. But yeah, I was definitely impressed with this one when I had it on my Commodore 64. I think I loaded the UK one once and never loaded it again, just played this every single time. I know this has got some faults. I don't think the last boss with Saga is even on this version, or it wouldn't load him. I think that's the case. It was a dodgy cassette or something. I don't know. Maybe someone knows more about that than me. Anyway, that's in beat as the time ran out. So on to Geki or Geeky. There's a 5-all then. See, that nearly took half his energy down. I mean, that's fair enough. That's what it does on the arcade. Nowhere near as balanced as Street Fighter 2 was. You can do the hurricane kick as well, but see, with this, you have to hold the button after you've done a move, and it will do a kick. Whereas if you just tap it, it will do a punch. Yeah, there's another Dragon Punch. But I do think this is quite playable. I mean, it's not as good as some of the fighting games on the Commodore 64, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not one of the worst ones. There is some American conversions of games that are terrible, but I'll cover them in the videos later. But all in all, I'd say this is pretty good. Definitely worth checking out, a lot better than US Gold's effort. You'll see Mike in a minute, I think. Or do I cut the video off? I'm not sure. Because I'm not actually playing this run now, I'm doing the voice track afterwards while watching it. I mean, I would like to try and do more special moves on this to show that you can do them, but they do seem to come out pretty much as random. But I'm playing it on a 360 joypad as well, which is not a great start, to be totally honest with you, but oh well. I think everyone knows my opinion on that. Yeah, that's Joe Beat. Now this is Mike, or Balrog as he's on Street Fighter 2. Now he's a white guy on here. I think that's because the Commodore didn't have as many colours, but he does look like Mike Tyson in the first one. You know, he's a black man like on the arcade version and that. Yeah, because most people only think it's Ryu, Ken and Sagat that return in Street Fighter 2, but no, isn't it as well? Fireball again. And again, look. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone. There'll be more of these videos coming soon.